Hi everyone, my name is Carly and welcome to this reading. This reading is going to be for someone who is working towards financial freedom and trying to overcome financial roadblocks. This is for somebody that's been changing their life and can see results like in their daily home life already, but not seeing like the prosperity, the actual like money flowing in yet. And so let's get right into it. I've pre-shuffled the deck, but we'll do one more. And I'm going to split the deck and find out which card most represents you at this time. The Chariot, right? This is happening in divine timing. We've been getting this a lot here in this collective, but basically the stars in this hanging here represents being like aligning with the stars and, receiving divine information towards this dream. This person has been following the glimmers, following the signs, and, following the path of least resistance, I'm getting. So this is like preparation because you see the chariot's not moving yet. And you've come to the final stages of this preparation. And also, it's like you can see it's a really stable structure. And they have these mythical beings, two sphinxes that are like duality, it's like the dark and the light part of us fully integrated at this time. And yeah, there's a lot of signs and symbols on here, but basically this card is all about going somewhere. It's like you are going somewhere and you are now prepared for this journey and are like about to start. So this works out perfectly or fits in perfectly with our reading. And what I like to do, I'm going to pull some cards first and then we'll clarify it all. So let's get into it and see what Spirit has to say. See what cards are coming out today. Yeah. Ooh, so you got the Five of Cups. You're overcoming grief and depression. Like you may have been having a really hard time to overcome some of your obstacles emotionally, and like the balance of things were off financially. You might have had a lot of grief about finances or a lot of grief that stopped you from achieving, this financial freedom because it's so draining, right? Like when you're emotionally spent, it's really hard to be your best self. And like, you may have had to release some things and people and places and things, but this energy is behind you now, which is why the scales of justice are finally coming into balance because it's like your energy is different now. You're like have been, working on yourself and so preparing to like be able to receive. When you're in a positive energy, you start to receive more because you're getting what you're putting out. And when you're in a, this depressing, it could be shame, it can be grief. There's a lot of ways that this can translate, but it's like it doesn't attract energy because your energy is low and so like, yeah, things feel like they're not moving or had in the past. But this is starting to come into balance. You may have also been on the receiving end of charity or needed a lot of help. And there is like a lot of shame that comes in that with that sometimes. Not really for warranted reason, but people feel like bad about receiving help. And so like as you come into balance, you're going to start to be able to help people too. And by helping other people, it's going to help you to receive more. But I also just see, this is like in divine timing that like, you finally learned the lessons you were meant to learn or saw the silver lining of things. And it's definitely taken far more longer than you wanted it to. So you just got the Four of Cups in reverse. And I love that because the Four of Cups is all about kind of dissociating, like, having like these problems or these like emotional endeavors that didn't work out in the past, things that didn't work out in the past that were like, not, it just wasn't working in your favor. And so when these new things were offered, you weren't looking at it, but that's also turning around. And I think now you can just see more clearly when things are working out, right? Because you're focused on things working out. And also it's like you're ready. You've processed so much, right? Emotionally, you've done the dark night of the soul, the emotional work that it takes with overcoming these like big, things that went wrong in your life. And some people never get out of that. They just block it, right? I know I bring that up a lot, but it's true. So the moon, where are we? It's like, I'm just trying to figure out if this is in your past or in your future. I'm feeling like this is both, right? It's like you've gone through this portal of the dark night of the soul, and you've really done the inner work here. The crawfish represents going really, really deep and using your intuition to look at things you wouldn't normally look at, to shine a light on things that are in the dark, right? And it's like you can see like there's calm waters out on the horizon here, or like there's a path forward that leads through these towers, right? And you can see that now. And like sometimes with your instincts, you've got a dog and a coyote like would react differently to this information. But it's like you can finally see that there is a path forward. And also I'm getting on this that there is a full moon coming, a full moon eclipse coming, a solar eclipse on the 27th. And so that is something that is going to, like, I think propel you forward into this change, because the eclipse is all about expansion and change and luck and abundance, prosperity, themes around that, right? With Leo putting you in center stage, because Leo is like, center stage type energy, attention, putting attention on all the work that you've been doing. Like maybe it's that people are noticing now, and that's what finally changes it. Exposure. I think that's what it is. Maybe you're receiving more exposure at this time. Maybe the work you've been doing has helped you to make like a better quality of work of whatever you're doing. You've grown. So you're getting the 10 of Pentacles here. That's what's changing. Like this is coming in really quickly here in the future, a few months. With the eclipses and, the Chariot here. And this also represents your hopes and dreams. But it's like home life is going really good right now for a lot of you. And you're like really able to enjoy your home life more. And you have the Hierophant. You're learning new things. You may have a mentor as well. But you're learning new things. And you have a lot of traditional values as well. You're actually like also having a lot of influence over people because of things that you've learned. And people at home are starting to see you as somebody that is like really learned a lot, changed and like accomplished in your field, or becoming accomplished in your field. They're admiring your journey of whatever it is that you're learning. Queen of Cups. She popped in reverse, so it's like, you're still feeling emotional about this, right? It's not like you can change the way you feel on a dime. I mean, it's way better than the 5 of Cups, but it's like still like quite emotional and dreamy, and like you have big dreams, but you're still at the stage where you're wondering, am I enough? Is, like you still have a little bit of anxiety about it that's hard to let go. But at the same time, you are nourishing these dreams, right? She still has the teapot. You're coming into this era where you're like so much more emotionally regulated and like in tune with your emotions. You may be feeling really emotional at this time because, you've been waiting a long time. You feel like you feel like it's been imbalanced for a long time financially, for those of you that are coming out of a time of like debt and, oh, that's too many. Um, Debt and like just becoming, being able to do things that you need to do when you need to do them. If you need to fix your car, you do it. You like these kinds of things. What else, Spirit? Again, I'm going to clarify all these in a second here. Let's see what else. Any more messages on this? What do we really need to know going forward about these finances? So you're already seeing results in your home life, your everyday life. As far as like abundance, so you have the Queen of Wands also in reverse, and it's like, I'm just feeling like it's hard to be optimistic. Like, people see you as really brave, but you may not see yourself that way. You may not like realize all that you've gone through to get here, where you are now. And I'm also getting that you're really intuitive here with both of these. You're really intuitive. You're tapping into your intuition, but like try not to let your intuition get the best of you, or like anxiety creep in. Yeah, but these are coming in for you, so this is very good energy. It's like, I think it's just taking you time to like catch up with where things are going, seeing your life in a different way, because it's like you've been doing it in small increments and it's starting to exponentially pick up. This is talking about that you may be in a really competitive field. You have the Seven of, that may be why your anxiety creeps in, is because you're in a really competitive field and you're like, it seems like, insurmountable to achieve, or like, you're wondering sometimes, oh, am I just delusional? Can I really do this? Am I being overly optimistic? And so you wonder that because there's a lot of competition in your field. But the thing is that even if there's a lot of competition in your field, sometimes it's just when you're in that field. If you're making jewelry, it seems like everybody's making jewelry. If you're doing pottery, it seems like everybody's doing pottery, right? And it's like, because you're more exposed to it, you're seeing it more. And like, I think that there's enough room for like everybody to have a slice of the pie in different like increments, depending on like what level, what scale you're doing it at, and to like not worry about that, because when you are like passionate and creative and believe in what you're doing, when we turn these right side up, these are the kinds of qualities that like attract people to the things that you're doing, whatever this may be that you're working on. Like if you're doing crafts, or if you're doing social media, or you're starting a small business, or so you can spend more time with your kids, or things like this. So it's about quality of life, and there's going to be enough of the slice of pie for you to get what it is that you need. And so I think that there's a lot of here about having faith, about not like dissociating, like by looking more clearly at the gifts. If you're unsure what the gifts are, you start keeping a gratitude jar. It's really important to give gratitude, because that's what lets the universe know that that's what you want more of. I hate to be repetitive, but the cards tell me what they want to say, and then I intuitively read it, and maybe it just wants to drill that one home. What's the final advice? All right, so you have the Two of Cups in reverse and the King of Swords. So the Two Cups in reverse is to, I want to say it's to stay connected to your inner self. And then for some of you, like, maybe you need to be on your own right now. Like, that could also be, maybe it's, if you haven't been on your own, like not in a relationship, maybe it's time to do that. And so for some of you, I think it's like you're looking for a connection here. to share this journey with, right? You know, for some of you, you may need like a business partner or to collaborate. Um, and I think for some of you, you may not want to share your ideas right now. Like, keep it to yourself at the moment, um, while you process this, because like you're really like stepping into clarity of who you are. And sometimes when you share things with people, it's like they have your best interests at heart, but they, if they believe they can't do something, then they also believe that you probably can't do it. And it's like not any shade on you, it's just like a reflection of what they feel they're capable of, if that makes sense. So it's like you need to like have the clarity of mind and and communicate with people well too. Like I'm getting that too. Like if things have been hard, like maybe there's some communication that needs to happen that will lift your mood to help your financial burden. If some of you are still feeling that, oh gosh, I should start clarifying these. We've been going on and on here. Why don't we get? I'm gonna get some channeled messages first. All right. So what does the universe want to tell the collective about this reading for finances? What does that say? Purify your energy. Peanut gallery, right? See, don't listen to the peanut gallery. That's what this is. Don't listen to the peanut gallery. Right? We're not listening to the peanut gallery because we're being creative right now and we're listening to our passions. All of us, right? And so like sometimes you have to keep that in the incubator, like let that simmer without the comments from the peanut gallery. Purify your energy and work on this in a little bit of solitude, right? Not everybody needs to know. And then also it's like say your piece, communicate well. This isn't about being harsh or it's about communicating well with these people that like these are my boundaries. And for some of you, it could also just be like, I'm working on this, and you may not just have the time or energy to, like maybe people want more of your time than you can give, and you're having to put up boundaries and make it clear that you need this time to invest in yourself to improve your home life here. So what other channeled messages are there, Spirit, here for the collective? Oh, that's so many. Let me see here. Protect your energy. What we were just saying. Listen to your body. Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with, how you feel in certain situations around certain people that drain you. But also, like, as you're working on this goal, you also need to rest. You can't just work continuously. You also have to rest and listen to your body and like have fun too. Your body needs to have fun and laugh. So for some of you, it's spend more time with family, and for other of you, it's like that might be the peanut gallery, right? So it's going to be different for all of you. But I think a lot of you, the motivation for wanting more quality of life and work-life balance, it's not about having money. It's about the financial freedom that comes with the money. And the more we like wish it that way, the more we manifest it that way, instead of manifesting money, but to manifest financial freedom, to be able to do the things you want to do, and to be able to listen to your body, and to be able to regulate your nervous system. Those are the things that give you quality of life, right? By able to have time to have fun and enjoyment, to actually take a vacation. I can't remember the last time I've taken a vacation. Well, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, but not enough, clearly. But that's what we're working towards. Sagittarius season, right? What do we say? Aim and point at your goal. Like, this is a brand new adventure. And then rest, that's all about listening to your body. Self-compassion, like, the way you talk to yourself matters. Have compassion for yourself, because that's what, that's what raises your vibration. Like, stop being your biggest critic, you know, your meanest boss, right? Like, it's about self-compassion and how we treat ourselves, right? That way we can turn these upright and have the positive qualities and aspects of the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Psychic gifts. You have psychic gifts, right? And if you didn't know that, it's probably because you don't recognize it. Maybe you feel that everybody, has that inner guidance, or sees signs in nature, or hears messages in music, or sees signs in license plates. All these things that have like lights flicker at certain times, or weird, these things you might not recognize as psychic gifts, but I think it's time to take a look at that, and things will make a lot more sense for you. I mean, that one's obviously pretty specific, but I think for a lot of you here, I think that anybody can be psychic. Like, we are all actually, have intuitive gifts, right? I like to call it intuition, but we can become more sensitive to our intuitive gifts by knowing what the signs are. Okay, you're an inspiration. The journey you've been on, if you don't realize it yet, like, is inspiring other people to do good. People see that you're changing your life and doing good things in your life, and it makes them also want to do good and be better people. And then they, rise with you. These are the people that go with you. Some people can't go with you because they don't want to change their baseline every day, but other people do, and they're going to be rising up too. Your positive mindset, I feel like it's infectious, right? Like, it catches on, and you're positive, and then other people are positive around you. Libra season, you may be seeing these big results here in Libra season, which is coming up, and like, you keep getting Justice and the Six of Pentacles like all the time, right? And so that's what I'm getting, Libra. You have new moon, so that's coming up after the full moon, so it's like, I don't know, 4 weeks, even though this is timeless message. But whenever the new moon is to you, be discerning where you spend your energy. Friends, like, which friends can you spend your energy with, and which ones drain you? And this is all going to really help with your financial abundance. All right, let's clarify a few cards. I know this is a long reading, but stick around, because this is the fun part. All right, so what's with this charity here? Tell me about this charity, the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, because you're waiting for your seeds to come in. You're waiting for your ships to come in, and you've planted the seeds already, and now it's like, it's hard to be patient, but you're waiting for your ships to come in. Why do we have the Four of Cups in reverse? It's because you've been out in the cold, and it's really hard to get out of that energy. You kind of, it's hard to see the results at first. It's about like a lack mindset, and changing your mindset. It's like saying good things never happen for me, but really they do. See, good things do happen. Like, it's changing your mindset, your perspective, in order to be able to receive, right? A positive times a positive equals a positive. So we're changing our mindset here, and finding inner peace so that our cup can overflow, right? It's about the frequency that you resonate at, and that like attracts like. So that's what we're doing. We're changing our mindset. And it's taken a while, but like with the Five of Cups in reverse, I have no doubt that, like, for some of you this has already happened, and that's in the past, but maybe that's why it took a while, and for some of you that's happening right now or in the upcoming weeks. So tell me about the moon. So many. Oh. So you got the chariot again. You know, like, you are being prepared. It's divine timing. You're being prepared for this, and you're finally starting to see, being able to see that. Um, you know, you can celebrate now. You can celebrate, and like, people are seeing that this is a really good thing for you. That, you know, like, if you can't see it yourself, other people can see it. Oh, I didn't even see that. See, it's bringing in emotional fulfillment, right? So by going through this and doing the hard things, you know, changing the hard things, releasing the hard things, and thinking about the hard things, that is what, when like your spirit guides here, I'm getting your spirit guides are like, she's finally learned, passing the test, learning the lesson, right? And we're, the spirit guides are celebrating, your ancestors are celebrating, and your friends and family are celebrating. You're coming into not just 10 of Pentacles, but 10 of Cups. And so, like, I think that, like, this is basically the last little hurdle. It's like you've been doing the work, but now it's like, can you maintain it? And you have been. You're maintaining it. This collective is being prepared to be launched into greater things. And it's so beautiful to see. Tell me about the 10 of Pentacles here. For those of you, you want to spend more time with family. And for some of you, you want to make a family or find people to start a family with, or, you know, find somebody to spend your life with and to enjoy these little things, you know. Making dinner together, gardening, having pets, children around. King of Cups. Yeah, some of you are looking for the one here. And that's why you want this quality of life. Or for some of you, this person is just coming in. And it's also about you're being emotionally regulated, right? Emotionally regulated. You like prepared yourself to give and receive love properly. Property. Maybe some of you are getting a property, but it's like you've basically planted the seeds to come out of this dark period of your life, so that you can now give and receive love properly, you know, so that you can find friends and like-minded people and experience this like emotional fulfillment. And that's what it is. It's like, you know, it's coming in because you've prepared your mental state to be able to receive all these blessings. Tell me about the Hierophant. What's this mentor or study of learning that's coming in? What is this? You got the Lovers. Some of you could be getting married, and that brings in financial prosperity, or just getting into a relationship with the King of Cups here. I know this is meant to be a financial reading, but for a lot of people, joining two households is a way to bring financial stability and like bringing the costs down and having somebody to share this give and take, to, you know, one person's not doing well, the other one is, and it maintains like this balance. And some of you are going on a more of a spiritual quest and like learning things that to be able to teach other people, you know, spiritually. He is hanging from the tree of knowledge. And some of you have, literally changed your mindset, and so now you're in the frequency of like bringing in more love around you, and that's part of what brings in financial freedom. I think it's the mindset, and for some of you, it is an actual relationship. This is really exciting. Okay, Queen of Cups. I have the Queen of Cups in reverse here. Tell me about the Queen of Cups in reverse. What does the collective need to know about this Queen of Cups in reverse? Yeah, because it's like you, honestly, I feel like maybe for a lot of you, you weren't looking for a relationship. And how is this veering into a relationship reading? For some of you, you didn't want to take a look at your emotions, and I think it's just that it's all interrelated. The way your emotions are affects the things, the opportunities that you attract. It's the energy you put out, the energy of love, right? You're emitting more love. And so you're attracting more love frequency, which is attracting abundance and therefore bringing in prosperity. It's like all related. Yeah. So you're vibrating on a love frequency. Oh, that goes here. What else about the Queen of Cups here? What else about the Queen of Cups in reverse here for the collective? What can you tell me here? Queen of Cups in reverse. Spirit. Oh, yeah. It's like you're ready to celebrate this meaningful milestone and celebrate, with friends. It's bringing a total transformation in your life. And some of you are definitely getting married. And it's bringing about this financial freedom and the stability of life and being able to have more work-life balance, quality of life, having somebody to share life with. Tell me about the boundaries and the Seven of Wands. Tell me about the boundaries. It's about protecting your peace, right? Like this is a Six of Cups. It's about enjoying the simple things and protecting your peace so that you can. So if that means letting less things in, not saying yes to everything, but only saying yes to the things that bring in a reciprocal energy that so you're not just exhausted, right? So it's about that. You need time to enjoy the simple things. And you also don't want to spend time with people that are bringing in that combative energy, that competitive spirit. You're healing, and that's why, or you have healed, and that's why you're protecting your boundaries. And it's also because you're chasing after your wildest dreams here, your hopes and dreams, and you've got a guiding light. And so people can't cross your boundaries because you're balanced. You've done the inner work. You're connected to source energy. You don't need people that are coming at you with the wrong intentions. What's this other one here? Again, you're coming into balance, and I think by protecting your peace, that it's that's exactly what we're talking about. What serves you and what doesn't, and so you're able to give to the things that are important to you, and then to not give your energy for things that you can't give your energy to. It's about maintaining a balance. Yeah, very, very good. This one was kind of a pickle to me with the Two of Cups in reverse. So, because now you have all these kind of marriage cards, it's kind of strange. Meaningful milestones. It doesn't have to be marriage, but you're definitely attracting love here. King of Cups, the Lovers, the Four of Wands. So now we have the Two of Cups in reverse. Queen of Cups. I think you're just coming out of this period where maybe you were... It looks like you can receive love now. It's just confirming what we were already talking about. You can receive love now. You're coming out of a time where you really were just communicating with higher self. And it's which things to nourish. You're just very intuitive too. So it's you're not gonna just this isn't gonna be just any old buddy. It's gonna be somebody that is really needs to be connected. It's not somebody to be with just to be with. This is somebody that fills your soul. Let's see here. So this card is about is the juice worth the squeeze? So yeah, it's not going to be just any old buddy. It's going to be somebody that it's not going to be a fixer upper or somebody that it's not going to feel like work. It's going to be somebody that it doesn't feel like work, and that doesn't cause you anxiety. You got the Two of Cups in reverse again. What am I missing? Two of Cups on the Two of Cups. They're not going to cause you energy. They're not going to cause you work that doesn't give back. Like, they're going to treat you like the Queen of Cups because they're going to be a King of Cups. So it's going to be in alignment. You're not going to accept anybody that is out of alignment. And then you also have the King of Swords here about being clear. Clarity. Let me see here. What do we want to know about the King of Swords? You've got the Three of Swords and the Page of Wands. You're not going to be attracting the same kinds of situations you did in the past. How can that be about money? You know what this is? This is if you've had heartbreak in other kinds of businesses, like, you know, you tried to do some things that you were passionate about in the past, and then that's why people don't automatically, like, that's why you've got the peanut gallery here, because, like, you've tried a lot of things, and, and, like, it was maybe heartbreaking to leave some of these businesses or ideas, or, you know, maybe you were doing small business that didn't work out, and so, like, you're going to be able to see these kinds of situations right away and only expend your energy on what's going to be equal value. Give back. Boundaries again. All right, so let's pull a couple magical messages on that note, and we'll close this off. What magical message is? Thanks for sticking around, guys, too. If you like this reading, definitely like it and subscribe to my channel for more. I felt one flip over. If you're in need of a lesson, there's wisdom in the trees. You know, maybe go outside in nature if you're feeling confused. And the other one is, may you always be in your highest magic. Remembering it cannot leave you. It is you. All right, wonderful. All right. Well, on that note, you know, your ships are coming in. You know, it's all in divine timing. It feels like 2 readings here is really odd, but I like the way it all came together, and I'm really happy for you guys. I'll see you next time. All right, bye.